Alright, let's talk about why Europe is losing its grip in the Sahel. Now, if you haven't heard much about this region, the Sahel is this huge stretch just south of the Sahara, running across Africa. Think Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. It's a place that's been in the headlines for coup, instability, and, honestly, a lot of international drama. So what went wrong for Europe, especially for France, who was basically leading the charge? Well, picture this. In 2014, France launched Operation Barkhane, a massive military effort aiming to wipe out terrorist groups and bring some order. Years went by. Billions spent. But extremist groups? Still there, even stronger in some places. People on the ground started seeing the French not as heroes but as outsiders. Maybe even neo-colonial. That anti-French vibe just grew and grew. Things really hit a tipping point when Mali's military government said, "We're done." French troops were sent packing in 2022, and soon after, other European countries followed. The whole G5 Sahel Security Alliance pretty much fell apart. In the power vacuum, new players rushed in. Russia, for example, with its Wagner group, and now the Africa Corps. They basically told the Sahel governments, "We'll help you out, no strings attached." And with Europe hesitant to provide the kind of support Sahel leaders wanted, these new alliances started to make a lot more sense for them. But it's not just about armies and politics. The Sahel is one of the poorest places on earth. People are struggling with food insecurity, jobs are scarce, and basic services are, well, not so basic. Europe has poured a ton of aid into the region, but here's the thing. A lot of that money just didn't land where it was supposed to. Corruption, mismanagement, too many cooks in the kitchen. So while Europe was trying to help, people on the ground weren't seeing enough change. And then there's climate change. Yep, it's a huge deal here. Droughts, floods, desertification. It's making life even harder and pushes more people towards desperation or even into the arms of armed groups. Europe has tried to step in, but the scale of the crisis just keeps outpacing the solutions. Meanwhile, Europe itself couldn't agree on a single unified strategy. Different countries, different ideas, little coordination. The result? Fragmented efforts, mixed messages, and a lot of wasted potential. So, why is Europe losing in the Sahel? It's not just failed military missions or bad PR, it's a perfect storm of political, economic, and environmental problems mixed with rising competition from Russia, Turkey, and others. If Europe wants to turn things around, it needs to listen more, coordinate better, and address the real roots of instability, not just the symptoms. And that's your deep dive into Europe's struggles in the Sahel. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more smart takes on global affairs. Learn,